Hey everyone, it's Jet, back today with another video, and the Secret of Azeroth event has been going on, and it's here to give us some more goodies. And today will be part 1 in a 4-part series where we can get a mount, and that mount is, and you're going to love this because everyone loves mounts, right? It's called the Mimiron's Jumpjets. Now if you tooltip over it, it says it's a world event, Secret of Azeroth. Now, unlike the other clues we have been doing in this event, the first part of this journey you can just skip to the end and get the item that you need. Will that be the case for part 2? I have no idea, but I will note it in that video when it releases. Also, since I love y'all, I'll take the time and just do all the steps for part 1 because some people like doing it. But if you don't care about the steps, I'll tooltip in the video the last step so you can just skip to that if you want. So without further ado, let's start this journey to get this mount. Now, the first thing you want to do is you want to come to Valdrakkan, and you want to come to the Enchanting profession place right down here in the Artisan's Market. Now, when you get here, you'll notice there is a first clue. Now, if this first clue is not up, what you want to do is you just want to go into your toolbox and use your Torch of Pyrreth, and it will reveal it. So when you click on the first tool, it says hold the Torch Pyrreth in the Enclave with no stones. So what does that mean? That means we're going to have to go around Valdrakkan and look for another place where we can find a second clue. So I'll show you where that is right now. So the second clue is located in Valdrakkan, and it will be located right here near the Bronze Enclave. And what you want to do, you can see the second clue there, but if it's not there, you want to bust out your torch again and reveal it. Now, we'll click this, and it says the Alliance strive against Kurzen's bad medicine. So Kurzen, bad medicine, which is located in Northern Stranglethorn. So we're going to have to go to the southern part of Eastern Kingdom and go down to Northern Stranglethorn. So when we get there, we'll be right back. So we made it to our destination, and it's right here. As you notice, it says Kurzen's compound, and when you get here, you'll notice there's 3 tents. I'll put all the waypoints in the description below, and the notes are under one of these 3 tents right here, and there's 3 notes right here. Now like if you don't see these notes, once again, use your torch, and you want to click the middle one right here where it says the 3rd clue. So it says in Zul'Gurub, the coil and cache the temple and terrace. So we got to go into Zul'Gurub, which is the dungeon right over here. So we'll head in there and I'll show you the next step. So we made it to the entrance of Zul'Gurub, and when you get to the entrance, you'll notice some clues on the ground, and if you click it, it says into the dungeon. Now before you go into this dungeon, you want to make sure that your dungeon difficulty is set to heroic. So we'll enter the dungeon, and what's inside the dungeon, you just want to follow the path and look for clues. Also, since you're in this dungeon, if you want to try your luck at trying to get some other mounts if you don't have them, there's a mount that drops in the temple here from this boss, and another one that drops up here from this boss. So good luck if you're going to try to farm those 2 mounts. So you just want to follow this path here until you find a clue on the ground. And the first clue, there's usually a tiki head up here. The first clue is on the ground here. It says getting closer. So all these arrows on the ground will just say getting closer. As you'll notice here, there's 2 arrows getting closer. But what you're looking for is right up here. It's a partial 4th clue. So and it's located right down here. So we'll click this, and it says princess. So we'll follow around, look for another clue. All these arrows on the ground, they'll just say getting closer, so you don't have to stop and click each one. And the second clue, it's another partial fourth clue, will be located right here outside the Cache of Madness. So we'll click this and it says needs. So Princess needs. And where we're going to go next is to the temple here. So when I get there, I'll be right back. So we made it to the entrance of the temple. And what you want to do is when you enter, right here by the stairs, there's a bunch of notes on the ground. Now what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to sort through all these clues here to try to find the clue that we need. Now when you click these, it'll do some crazy things to you, like make you tall there. And you just got to keep clicking these notes here until you find the partial fourth clue that we need. So this one is distorting us, which is quite annoying. So we'll hit this clue and it says a light. So we got to go find another partially fourth clue, and that will be located right down here. So when we get hit there, we'll be right back. So we made it to another clue right here, and it's on the wall right up in this area. So we'll click this.
It's too far away.
And it says Poohbah. Now there was a rapper in the 90s called Grand Poohbah. And also Poohbah was a reference in the Flintstones that was used quite frequently. But I doubt those are what the notes were referencing, those people. So, but who it is probably referencing is there's a Tauren questgiver located down on Jagero Isle in the Cape of Stranglethorn. So we're going to head down there and find her. So we made it to our destination down here in the Cape of Stranglethorn, down here to Jagero Isle. And we noticed that's where Princess Poohbah is. Now, you can't interact with her, but what you'll notice is this is where this part sucks. Okay, this is the last step. And what you're going to need is you're going to need to take out your torch. And you're going to need 3 players because you're going to need to light all 3 of these braziers up here. So we're going to need a couple other players here, and when all 3 of these are lit up, then a rare will spawn that we have to kill. So when all 3 of these get lit up, we'll be right back. Alright, so 3 of us managed to do it, and you'll get a little cutscene here, and then a rare will spawn that we have to kill. Now, this is called the Enigma Ward. Now, if you look on your map, it will be called all Cannon. I don't know if that is an error, but we're going to kill this, and when we do, we'll be right back. So we managed to kill this, and when we loot it, we got the first booster part. And that is the first thing that we need on this journey to get the Mimiron's Jumpjet mount. Now, like I said, you can jump. You don't have to do everything else in the video. You can just jump straight to this part right here and find 2 other players to summon this rare here to get the part. So that's what I honestly recommend doing, because the other steps, unless you like doing stuff like that, is kind of irrelevant. So that's how you do part 1. Stay tuned for part 2.